You want me to go up there and speak with you?
Conversation? Or has the other told you so much about how much of a bad individual I am? You've had quite a few visitors here, it seems.
No. To your previous point. He didn't tell me about you. A good friend of mine did. Someone that loved what you were before you are now. You want to take a guess?
I'm sure I don't have to.
Olivia. Olivia Copper. Told me all about you. Depends which one I'm speaking to. Which one is it? The doctor or it?
Oh, then I understand you haven't talked with Norman Bones then, have you?
He and I exactly aren't on great speaking terms.
Hmm. Neither am I. You see, how much do you know of what once was?
Pandora? Olivia? The doctor that did no harm. Norman's little brother.
Poor little Isaac.
Oh, that's just that. Oh, it.
Tell me. Speak the name again. Her name.
Pandora.
The other.
Olivia Copper.
Then I am correct.
Would you like to clarify what you're right about?
I'm sure you're not so mortal mind can't comprehend the systematic constructs that are at play.
Then help me understand it.
I don't know if I should. Be honest with me. When you see me sitting here, when you hear me talking with you, what is your impression? Hmm?
Your impression goes back to the person I cared about not being able to say your name.
My name or his name?
Both. Pestilence. Is that better?
You see, Isaac was merely a puppet, mortal coil, awaiting whatever action I desired. Doesn't mean he wasn't mortal. Doesn't mean he didn't have his weaknesses. You're familiar with my role in everything. Hmm.
No. Just when I think I have an idea, I don't.
Then what is your idea?
That's not just going to be used against me.
Little one, there is an infinite cosmos of things that could be used against you. I have no further interest in Miss Olivia Copper.
Tell me. Why in something so absolute? Black and white. Binary. Life. Death.
Oh, but it is the journey in between. If you look at things as either alive or dead, then you are only seeing a small, bleak perception of life. After all, you are dead but not past.
Why do you think that is? I'm curious. 'Cause I can tell you why. I want to know your thought as to why.
Your curiosity as to why you haven't passed. How human of you.
Small portion of the cosmos of a reason that I'm still here. Ironic.
From my understanding, there are many forces at play.
The reason I am here is because he exists with it. Need me to spell it out more than that? This all stems from him. Norman is why I am here. My mission is not just that, but that is the why and the how. Is that better for you?
Almost sounds as if you're driven by anger.
Oh, more than just that. Let's see. Pestilence. How do you talk to the living if they don't know I'm here?
I don't change.
You put on a show. I want to see
You
the
think of
real
me
you.
like Norman, do you? Unlike Norman, I don't have another. I don't have a shackle around my existence. I may embody a familiar face, but that was a sacrifice that Olivia made. Did she tell you what happened that day?
No.
Let me paint you a picture. Isaac had been suffering with a very severe injury, which led to his retirement. He had been attacked, mortally wounded, loss of feeling in his arms. for a doctor, that is career suicide.
You can play this game.
I'm sorry, sir. I didn't mean to trespass. I didn't know anybody lived here. That's my fault.
That is fine. You're visiting. You
I
get
am.
plenty of visitors.
This place is pretty popular.
Surprising, considering the long distance you have to take to get here from the city.
Yeah, I think it's a reflection point for some people, you know? A place to ease their mind. I think if people are in dire need of something like that, they'll drive pretty far for it.
Hmm. Oh, I agree. There are plenty of locations. Some like to climb mountains, others sit by the sea.
Yep, that's true. Uh, look, sorry again for trespassing. I'll
No,
leave you alone, all
no,
right?
you're not trespassing at all.
What's your name?
Dr. Smith,
Nice to meet you, Dr. Smith. I'm Brandon.
a pleasure.
My friends call me Valentino, all right? You can call me Valentino.
I'll be sure to keep that in mind.
All right, I'm gonna go back over to the cliff and reflect a little bit, if you don't mind, if I'm not intruding on anything.
Do watch your step.
I'll do my best, all right?
With the fog, you may be worse for wear.
Yeah, you're not wrong. Good thing there's water down there. Maybe I'll get lucky, right?
Hmm. Well, do stay safe.
You as well. Thank you, sir.
I'll be watching.
Normally, I would say that's creepy, but I'm kind of used to it at this point. Thank you for watching me.
A good doctor still uses his own name.
That wasn't his name.
But you used it.
That was an incredible, foolish illusion I crafted for him. Olivia didn't tell you that, did she? Isaac Smith only retained his first name. You said it yourself. The brother of Norman Bones.
What did she do?
What didn't she do? The day Isaac was going to have surgery that potentially help his ailments,
You did tell me this.
she was there.
He debated killing you.
She had to, and she didn't.
She couldn't. She talked to me before. She couldn't. She debated it for so long. Always said you were like two people. God, so long ago. Memory isn't what like it used to be. Mentioned that surgery. He was torn about it. And Isaac died. All right.
I grew tired of the games. I saw an opportunity. If she wouldn't kill him, no one else was going to kill him. I made the decision to cut him off. And do you know what that did?
You're here. Using him as you. Tell me what would have happened if she did.
Oh, I can't reveal that. Just because it didn't happen then doesn't mean it won't in the future. It may not be Olivia. It may not even be Isaac. We all have a role to play.
And what's your role?
You're familiar with the ancient texts of what someone referred to us earlier, the horsemen.
Tell me.
Long, long time ago. And don't worry, I'm not going all the way back to the beginning of time. I'm merely raising your awareness. You see, you're familiar with A Gentleman by Richard Dark. Hmm?
I thought you were going to say Fritz for a second. Yes. I know Richard Dark.
When I arrived, there was a crying, an orchestra, symphony of the angels.
I think you and I have different versions of angels.
I'm not talking about the ones that look like picture perfect idols with wings as white as snow. No. True angels. Angels that your mortal mind cannot comprehend. They rang out, and with the call of the horns, well, our responsibilities began to come into effect. You know what happens when all four horsemen ride, don't you?
The book of Revelation was written. Yeah. Men are conquered and subjugated. Famine strikes the land, starvation, hunger, sickness, illness, and eventually leading to death. War breaks out amongst them all. You see, there's always a question as to who the third and the fourth typically are. Almost always certain war and death. Some call it famine, some call it conquest, and some call it pestilence. Which one is it?
A matter of perspective. I am not as self-centered as the other. Death took responsibility for the end. I merely exist, and have existed since the day humanity was born.
And why do you exist? To take people to him? The journey?
Quite the opposite. Tell me, have you ever felt pain?
Have I ever felt pain? Physical, emotional, spiritual? Name them.
Then you know why I exist. That's what makes you feel alive. Without it, you'd feel numb, nothingness, pointless, purposeless.
No. Mm-mm.
When Adam and Eve were kicked out of the garden, they had a perfect life, and yet they decided to go against the will of the Almighty. They were cast out into the cold, with barely a flame to help them. They finally felt what it was like to be alive. If humanity was protected and sheltered for their entire existence, then there would be no point, no lessons, no books, no...
You're saying that humanity exists to be tormented to a point where they have to feel the negativity of everything else that surrounds them. I don't believe that.
a harsh reality, I'm afraid. This world, this life, existence, whatever you want to call it, was not made to be kind.
So we're all just toys.
Every single one of you has been a toy at one point. Not mine, not Death's, not any of the lessers. The Almighty's favorite toys. And whose responsibility was it to keep you all going? Hmm?
We're just toys too.
I'm here, you are here, everyone is here for some grand scheme. My arrival, your appearance. I guess you could say it was by design. Fate. Destiny.
Told you the reason I was here. Is yours the same? I'm guessing you're not here because I am.
The threads of fate do not attach me to you in the way that you may think.
My threads were mixed with you from the beginning. You said it yourself. You exist because of that. We...
Because of you.
No, not because of me. But to be toyed by everybody else with your purpose. You're tied to everyone. Not just me.
That is a rather broad way of looking at things.
You're here because of him. Norman. Bones. You're here because every time I said Isaac's name or anybody else, he'd shut it down. But you asked him if he wanted to speak about Isaac. And he'd say yes. But when you did, he wouldn't say anything else. Condemn them, even, because of what you are. Your own existence, and that's why you're here. Am I wrong?
It is so interesting to see the theories your kind comes up with.
It enlightened me. Tell me I'm wrong. Give me something else to believe in then.
Do you believe in a power beyond death?
Any. Not just one. I believe hope and Noxie exist. Am I wrong on that one too?
They exist, but nothing dies like hope.
False.
I cherish that.
Hope can never die.
Again,
It is a thought. It is an idea.
and if you were to rewind the clock several eons, hope was merely an illusion, just like free will. All of these cycles as humanity learns, grows, approaches the brink of self-destruction and adapts. There's always something. The next thing. Hope one eon, free will the next.
They're the same.
It doesn't matter in the end. When all is said and done, when this cosmic dance reaches the crescendo, nothing will stop it.
So why try? Why try and kill hope?
I'm not trying to kill hope. There is one I would love to see pass.
Who?
You already know that.
I just want to hear you say it. Tell me. I'm done playing games. Just tell me.
The favorite infection of existence, I swear.
Say the name.
If I need to paint it clear as the rain on a winter storm, Norman Bones. He is a contagion that has infected my equal. You may not like him, others may not like him. But I have seen so much. We have a responsibility. We shouldn't deal in mankind's affections and attachments.
And why do you? Why have you?
You thought I had interfered with Isaac and Olivia.
Not just them. And you know that.
Let me echo what you said moments ago. Spell it out for me.
You exist because people need to be taught lessons. But why then? Why? None of it None of it makes sense.
Again, that is an unfortunate byproduct of your humanity, made by design. You're not supposed to understand these circumstances, these ongoings of the cosmos.
So while you're here, you just brand people.
Brand people.
No, no,
Who do you take me for?
no. You give them the actual satisfaction of having to deal with you in person, then. Sounds to me like before is behind the scenes. Everything just happened, and you were the cause of it. But now you're here. People can put a face to a name. Gives them someone to fear.
Reasons. But whilst I have been here, I have helped. Helped more than you may know.
What's your version of help?
A man came here, seeking a conversation with Norman. Feared he was going to die. I turned him the other way, pointed him to a direction to get help.
You?
I treated the man for his ailment. Because whilst Isaac was a great doctor, a lot of that knowledge was bestowed by me. Before Isaac stepped into the lab, hematologists worldwide were suffering, struggling to find ways to assist those that were deathly sick. And here comes Isaac.
Black Plague.
Do you believe the world can just handle endless amounts of mankind?
You know,
The world is reaching close or passing 10 billion souls. Can you understand the strain that casts on the world? Physical, spiritual.
is the world a being? Do they feel just like one of us?
Everything feels. The wood on this porch was taken from a tree that felt.
And must the tree be taught a lesson as well?
You're looking at things rather black and white. Lessons don't have to be negative. one cannot apply to the other.
I guess it's no secret at this point. You being here. As you said, was to kill Norman. Someone that I had to deal with. He didn't fulfill that. He broke our deal. I see others he has deals with bring naive people. Just offer them up. I don't think we're supposed to be toyed with like that. But hearing you say that, I don't know what to believe.
I do not deal like he deals. I simply help. No cost, no fee. The act of taking a deal is rather human. Try taking a deal with death. May not go the way you expected.
Which sort of one?
That would have to be a conversation between you and him.
Norman has become a parasite to it, him, whatever you want to call it. I can't let deals exist. Not anymore.
I'd agree with you on that.
I can't
Why do
watch.
you think I nudged that gentleman away?
You know why he's here? Because his friend is sitting next to Isaac's skeleton. in purgatory. That's why he's here. I stood there with him. Both of them. Isaac and Edgar. Down there. Norman want nothing to do with the name Isaac and kicked me out. Why? What about you? Frustrates him.
I think you already know the answer to that.
Because you don't want him and Norman together.
The reason I frustrate Norman is because I am the one that killed his little brother. His humanity is Achilles' heel.
Yeah. I noticed. About a month ago, I went down there. I saw the ring. Isaac's ring. Wasn't there when I went there last time. Keeps that ring as a reminder of you.
Not a reminder of me.
I think both. You killing his brother? And who his brother was. So how do I remove him?
You want him gone.
Want. No. Want is the wrong word.
A
You
selfish
see.
desire to have him gone. The reasons you may present are minute in comparison. I say you want him gone. I
Need.
not just me.
Want is too soft of a word for that. Need is absolute. It's not just me. That's selfish, as you say. The world. Or as you put it, the cosmos.
Everything.
Now, how do we do it?
You think I would tell you how to do such? Just on a whim? No. You've barely peeked behind the curtain. Why? Why should I tell you?
So am I to believe what he's written down is false? A way for someone to remove him. Why? Should you tell me? I think I already have the answer to it, but I want to hear it from you. Because realistically, at any point, if he removes everybody, as he cites, will he be satisfied? And that's not death. That is Norman. Death doesn't exist to serve him.
Consider me death. Death. Doctor. Yes.
You're going to cure him.
I will remove this sickness. The contagion.
You're going to help him.
Not Norman.
Death.
Restore. There is a balance to everything. So much greater than us.
Hope and despair. Black and white. Yin and yang.
Why do you think I helped that man earlier? Cured him of his ailment.
Because it wasn't his time.
And when you have a keeper that is sick, those thoughts are non-existent.
It's everyone's time. For him. But what is time?
For you, or for me?
Time for me is a construct that man put behind everybody. A measurement that is artificial and put value like it's supposed to exist. Like it's supposed to be measured and meaningful.
You work entire lifetimes trying to gain more of it. Just like power, you seek it, hunt for it. Not everyone gets it, but those who do still succumb to the harsh reality of it.
You know why I wear this watch? Because at one point, my time stopped. Not just when I died. The second time now. The first time. I wore it when I was living because it was a reminder that I'm still alive. Not to measure any value. This watch, my wrist now, doesn't tick. That's my time. What is yours?
Again, that is a mortal concept. In comparison, a mere blink for you is near infinite for me. The amount of cycles this planet has seen is not even a breath for how many I've taken.
So how? How could he have ever been taken? Why? Used and abused. Seems like that's not supposed to be the case.
Depends on the individual, your positioning as the abuser.
Why could Norman take your equal?
I
A mere
suppose you
mortal.
could ask the same of Isaac.
It doesn't make sense to me. If someone's so powerful, knowing, to be taken by a mortal, it seems pretty backwards. Seems to me there's a flaw. Seems to me you're not better than most of us. If anything, you're equal. Man shouldn't conquer those that are above, unless they truly rise up.
Unless it was the Almighty's plan. A key piece to your train of thought you have not considered. Do you
Teach
think I
you all a
wanted
lesson?
to take Isaac? Do you think I wanted to endure the humanity of Isaac?
So you didn't have much of an option, just like you anybody else. So how are you any better?
Because I overcame it.
But he hasn't.
You want him gone.
There's that word again, want. Need. Yeah, I do.
I'm going to face this by saying this is not an offer or a deal. A question. To what extents would you go to remove him? Hmm?
I think you already know.
I'm not going to accept that for an answer. In these matters, leaving it open-ended is not suitable for you.
Help me.
Consider that a courtesy.
How long have you been sitting up here? How many days?
How many years? Where do you think I went after Isaac died?
Couldn't even believe it. No idea.
Overlooking the keeper.
Your answer is actually written next to you when you're sitting. You haven't looked at the book, have you?
I don't indulge in such. The amount of visitors you have coming and going here.
It's written there. But I'll tell it to you. Where I am prepared to go. The same reason I'm back here. Those I'm connected to. The memories, the feeling, the emotion of who they are. The spiritual bond. Not spoken, but acknowledged. That keeps me here. I'm prepared to rid myself of them if it means he's gone. I've already lived my life. Not much more use for me here. I'm not meant to be here.
What I am about to say, you may not like. It is a harsh truth and reality. Even now, your presence, once you fade, my responsibilities persist. You see, pestilence does not have to be a virile sickness. Suffering is in many forms: loss, grief, anguish, depression, mental, emotional, spiritual, physical. Just like the sun rises, that will persist, and once you are gone, that will inflict more. Are you willing to accept that for the short-term action of removing Norman